Welcome to the Symmetry On-Demand training series. This Symmetry On-Demand training module will demonstrate some of the reporting options provided with the security management system. The reporting features within the security management software enable comprehensive listings of alarms, events, user actions, access rights, and other information to be produced, giving full traceability of all essential information. You can, for example, produce reports of the cardholders who have been granted access through specified doors, people who have attempted to gain entry into unauthorized areas, or the actions taken to acknowledge alarms. You can run several different types of report based upon the reports ribbon. The following is a brief description of the various reports which are available. From the History section, Activity produces a report with details of previous alarms and events. User Audit lists previous user actions within the screens of the SMS software. On-Site Times lists the amount of time cardholders have spent on-site. This report can, for example, be used to verify contractor invoices. Cardholders on-site lists the cards that are currently on-site. This report could be used by emergency services personnel. The Video Archive Audit examines the date and time of each recording stored in a video storage folder of a Symmetry NVR. It shows the date and time of the most recent recording for the selected camera or cameras. Predefined reports will be covered later in this training module. There is an additional history report which would be available. It is the Patrols report, but it requires that the Guard Patrol license be installed. The Patrols report produces information about previous Guard Patrol tours. The report provides details of when patrol tours were started, completed, and any rule infringements. From the Identity Report section, the Cards report lists the details of how cards have been configured in the Home Identity Card screen or the Home Identity Visitor screen. The Access report enables you to produce different types of access rights listing reports, such as cardholders who can access this door, listed by door, cards that are about to expire between specified badge or inactive dates, cards which have been unused for a specified number of days, cards using a specific access code or time code, or doors that can be accessed by a specific card. And the Visitors report produces a report of current, previous, or future visitors. For example, you may want to run a report that shows all the visitors expected on a specified date. For this training module, we will run an activity report, and then we'll discuss predefined reports. To run an activity report, you can filter by company group or by company if you are using multiple companies, by date and time, filter each day to include given hours. The activity for the devices can be selected, broken down by the particular types. If you are doing dial-up alarm sites, cardholders could be reported upon there. In the activity, you can report on all system activity, as well as cardholder intrusion and other activity. For the purposes of this exercise, I will select at wrong door, at wrong time, unknown card, and I will select all monitor point activity. I will select the date of the report to run from 10/21 to 10/31. The source of the report could be the online database or user-defined. If selecting user-defined and selecting browse, note that it is a network browse, not a Windows Explorer browse. If you select it as a Windows Explorer browse and select the file, the following error message will be generated. The path must be a network share. For the purposes of this exercise, we will run it from the online database. The destination options are to screen, to file, which would run as a text file, and to various file writers or network printers. Again, for the purposes of this exercise, we will do it to screen. The report is generated and provides information for each of the entries. Looking at the bottom, we see the date and time, the message, where the device is, where it was acknowledged and cleared, who cleared it. Looking at other reports, in this case the computer room temperature alarm, it was cleared by the installer, and the comment selected by the installer was that notified facilities about the high temp alarm. Stairwell exit, door propped open by smokers. Once the report details are correct and you're satisfied with that report, you could send it to printer, and again the print options would be based upon the printer that you have installed. Next we will look at predefined reports. These can be run on an ad hoc basis or automatically at scheduled times and dates. If defined, the available reports would be activity, user audit, on-site times, cardholders on-site, or video archive audit. The details within these reports would match those previously discussed. For this training module, a predefined user audit report was created, and clicking Find, here is the previously configured training example report. By running it immediately, it can be run as ad hoc, and the date ranges within the report. If running it as a scheduled report, selecting the Enable Radio button, details within this report would be for scheduled. The first report date is used to specify the date on which to run the scheduled report for the first time. The report run end time is used to specify the time of the latest entry you want to include in the report for the day on which it is generated. This assumes that the report definition under Reports Configuration Predefined Reports has specified a daily quote to unquote time that is later than 1800. If the report definition specifies an earlier time, entries in the report will finish at the report definition to time, not this time. The repeat reporting days selection specifies the reporting interval. For example, if this were set to 7, the next time this report would run would be 7 days following the first, and then again 7 days following that one. Specifying it as 0, the report only runs once. The Include Previous Days option specifies the number of days included. If specified as 3, the report would include the date that it is run and the 3 days previous. A value of 0 causes only the date on which the report is generated to be included. The start time is used to specify the time of the earliest entry to be included in the report for the earliest date in the report. The reporting client would be a pull-down list if multiple clients are defined. You would select the client PC, which is to run the report. If you're producing an immediate report, it is sent to the screen that you were using. This is assuming that the report destination is set to screen. Note that the security management software must be running at the specified client for a scheduled report to be produced. If the destination of a scheduled report is to a file or printer, the report is produced provided that a user is logged into the client, or if at least the login screen is displayed. The source, as before, could be online database or user-defined, as we demonstrated in the activity report previously. The destination, as described previously, could be to file, network printer. Once defined, the report can be run. Note that in a user audit report, the areas which were modified are described. And as before, if the report is satisfactory, it can be sent to a printer. That concludes this Symmetry On Demand training module. Thank you for your interest in the Symmetry Security Management System.